Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. 200 subscribers, you know. For a brand new channel, it's kind of a big deal. I wanted to do a little something to celebrate because I feel kind of celebratory about it. Let's do the studio tour. I want to show you guys around. I thought, what a better time since we've passed 200 subscribers. Can't believe it still. Um, let's check it out. I'm Mickey Mueller. Welcome to my studio. I just found out that my YouTube channel subscriptions just passed 200. I've got 200 subscriptions and I can't even believe it because I've only been doing this for less than a month. I've only got a few videos up, and so I'm feeling pretty excited. And I kind of wanted to share my excitement with you guys because I mean it's all because of you guys. I'm really happy to be able to share some stuff with you. I'm excited to be part of this with you. I mean, it's just kind of neat because this was a project that I started out not really knowing how it was going to go, to be able to, participate in this with you, with all of you there, to put up content that is fun, that means something to me, and it means so much that it's something that means something to you guys too. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun on this journey together. Lucia's Child commented to please do a studio tour. Since Lucia's Child's interested and I thought it might be kind of fun, I thought, I welcome you guys here into my studio every week. But I haven't really shown you all of it. All you see is just like what's right behind me. So I thought, what a better time since we've passed 200 subscribers. Let's do the studio tour. I want to show you guys around. Plus, I cleaned up a little bit because a lot of times this is a workspace, so sometimes it's kind of really messy. But I cleaned up because my brother and my sister-in-law are in town. Hi, Pam. Hi, Brian. Love you guys. And so, I picked up the house a little bit before they came over. So I thought, what a better time to bring you guys around and show you my bewitched studio. So without any further ado, let's check it out. Let's see. All right, so you see where I am here. This is where I'm usually shooting from. And this is the little doorway that leads to my studio. But behind this little curtain is the workshop where Dan and I make all of the magical things that we ship out to everybody, all of our Etsy friends. So I'm just going to give you a quick peek. This is, there it is. Dan's not there right now because he's walking to the post office with orders right now. And this is what you see when you come into my studio. There it is. I've got kind of low ceilings in here, but this is my space where I write my books, where I create my magical art, where I work on illustrations for Llewellyn and for all different stuff. But I'll just start on this end of the room and we'll work our way around. As you look back from this side to where we just came in, I've got those two goddess figures, one on either side of the door. They kind of protect my space and make it feel blessed. And I've got my besom there. And actually there's a little tripod there that I usually have my phone on. But right now I've got it just on the selfie stick so I can move it around more easily. And that's just, I just freaking love that. It's just a little Halloween decoration that I got years ago, but it's fun. And I feel like I'm allowed to put up all my Halloween stuff now and keep it up all year since I wrote a book about Halloween. I can't even be stopped, so. But this mirror right here was given to me by my mother, and it came from my grandfather's side of the family. They had a farm, and that was a mirror that came off the farm back when he was a kid. He wasn't a farmer. He actually went on to do all kinds of other things. He made mirrors for telescopes, among other things. If you read my book, The Witch's Mirror, the book is dedicated to him. So she thought it was appropriate to give me that mirror, and I just love it. I think it's really cool. I've got my little fearless a little Fearless sigil that I've got on a oval tile. We make these, we carry them in our shop. And then I have a couple other little, things, doodads here. This piece I just love. That's art by Cheryl Baker, who's just fantastic. She's another Missouri artist, and oh, I love her work. I like to have other artists work in my space too. It's inspiring to see what other people do. It's not just about me, you know what I mean? But this little thing, I made that years ago. It was just an envelope from a fancy card that I had. And I hand lettered that on there. And I had that by my front door. I've got, some really neat little things here. I love these little guys. That was a present from my mom. And I've got my Wheel of the Year plaque, which is going to get spinned around to Letha very soon. We're almost out of the Beltane season. That's another one that I designed that Sacred Source produces. And it has hangers for all of the sabbats on the back, so you can take it off the wall and turn it. So that's kind of neat. Got Sarah. This was a gift from Sarah, who was in one of my covens years ago. And then, more of my crazy Halloween stuff. Okay, this is funny. This is a kitchen witch that I made for my grandmother when I was a little kid. I fell in love with those little kitchen witches they had at the store. And I even made a little tag for it because I thought they were so neat. But look how I spell kitchen witch. I can't believe I became an author, you guys. But I know which witch is which now, so we don't have those same mistakes. I've got my little pretties up here, little mojo bag on my windowsill. This little broom, I had this years ago, and actually I illustrated a picture of this broom in Deborah Blake's book, The Witch's Broom. You can see my view. Hang on, you guys, this is kind of neat, because this is my view out my window. Here's the tree, and this is, oh, my chair's rolling down. Hold on, you guys, check it out. The chair's rolling away. Because this house is 100 years old, over 100 years old, and the floors are all uneven. So if you drop like a pen or anything, everything is just going to roll down the damn hill. So that happens. But yeah, this is my view. So then, that takes us over here. I've got, gosh, I know it's kind of hard to know where to even begin because let's face it, guys, I have a lot of crap. So I moved that chair out of the way, and this is my one of my witchy bookshelves. I've got a ton of them, and I actually have a lot more books too that are like still packed up in boxes. I mean, oh my God, we have so many books in this house, it's insane. I got a bunch more downstairs. This shelf is tarot decks, which again, I got a ton more tarot decks than those, so it's like, it's just nuts. And okay, this little basket used to hold my colored pencils when my daughters were really little, because they like to grab mom's colored pencils and use them. But now it's full of herbs, and as you can see, it's really well organized. Yeah. And let's see, what do I have over here? Oh, I've just got, these are just like, this is like my little traveling witch kit, which I'm not going to really open, but it's got, when I go to somebody's house, if we're doing a thing, and I need to bring like smudge or candles, if we're doing like a house blessing or something like that, I just pack it up and bring this like my little witch altar to go. So anyway, that brings us back over to my old wooden art table that you may have heard tell of. This is where all of the magic happens, right here. I'm sitting right there in that chair, and that's where I do my illustrations. That's where I write my books. When I'm not dragging my laptop all over the house or have art in my lap on the couch, I'm working at this space. It's got all kinds of, got a lot of really neat stuff up here. Just some different random little bits and bobs of magic that I've got going on up here. That's my dear Pamela Coleman Smith, who I just love. She's, if you guys don't know who she is, but you've read tarot or had your tarot cards read, then you should know who she is. She is basically the fairy godmother of tarot. She's the illustrator that did the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and she just speaks to me. I think she's fantastic. She wasn't well known in her day for tarot. She was known for a lot of other kinds of art that she did. But I could do a whole video on her, honestly. And then, let's see what else. Oh, I got my Morgan jar that I burn candles in for different spell work and stuff like that. We have that in our Etsy shop. I have a lot of stuff here that we have in our Etsy shop, honestly. This was a gift from my brother, actually. Thank you, Brian. I love it. It's so beautiful. And so that's going to become a big part of my practice sometimes. And these beautiful crystals are Arkansas crystals. And these were gifts from my fantastic sister-in-law, Pamela. I just love the energy of them. I think they're wonderful. And I've been working a lot on my sacral chakra, and so the fact that she put these in an orange bag that matches, that's the color for the sacral chakra, I thought was kind of cool. So Celtic tree art, and then I've got the little blessing over here. That's by Ruthie Redden. Who won a contest. I think it was on Instagram, and I was so excited when she sent it. And she also sent along some beautiful feathers that she had collected and stones, and I have all of those just in different places in my house, you know. And this was made by my son, Tristan. I think I've got some magical oils stored in there. Another bird's nest, and this was also found. This was found in when we lived in the country, and there were horses out there. So what's cool is most of this is made out of horsehair. So, and I work with the goddess Rhiannon a lot, and so I think it's a complete treasure because she's a goddess of both birds and horses. So to me, that is just like a fantastic Rhiannon talisman. I just love it. So, and then I have my 4 Celtic tree fairies that are that's another sacred source thing. My fantastic Llewellyn calendar, which I love. And then over on this side, Dan and I we're in a magazine in the UK, which we were pretty excited about. And I don't know, it was cool to be in a magazine. There we are. Look at us, yay. So that was kind of cool with our deck, Magical Dogs Tarot, that we wrote and illustrated together. It was pretty cool. So anyway, if we sit down here at my old wooden art table, let's see, we'll close the laptop, and I've got all kinds of random, I hope I'm not making you guys dizzy. I feel like I might be making you guys dizzy. All kinds of random stuff back here, just some blue painter's tape. My daughter Chelsea made this for me, and it's a treasure. I keep all my not all of my stuff, because I got an awful lot of stuff, but I keep some of my stuff. I always have that with me. And then this one, my daughter Brittany made for me a long time ago, but it's a treasure, you know. We love this stuff that our kids make for us. They're everything. They really are. So important. But I've got little wooden boxes back there full of paint. Hall's cough drops, gotta have those. Lots of just weird random stuff. I don't know. Sharpener. My book of ideas for YouTube, super important. And then there's just a bunch of mostly colored pencils, but some random stuff in here too. I don't know what the navy pen, I don't know why that's there. Bunch of just random stuff. Lip balm, which I can't live without. All kinds of stuff. I always keep a glue stick handy. I use these when I make my candle jars. You know, sometimes I want to make something specific, so I just use that to glue like a label onto it. And this is my jar that I use for paint water. How exciting is that? Woo, yay. And my list that I don't forget, all the stuff I need to do to get ready for Pagan Picnic, which is this weekend in St. Louis, which I need to get onto. And this board is just full of a bunch of random stuff, you know, that I've collected over the years. Let's see. This thing's kind of cool. This is a you-do that's meant for doing t-shirts, but I actually just use it for transferring. Like if I'll do like a design that's, you know, sketch it out. And then if I want to transfer that onto a different board, it lights up. Let's see, I'll turn it on and probably blind you guys. Ooh, it's really super bright. But it's like a light board, so I can transfer stuff. And then I've got, oh, let's see, look at this. I've got some little circle templates back there. I just have stuff hanging everywhere, all over the place, crammed in every which way. So, but I mean, yeah, as you can see, the walls, the ceilings are super low. I mean, that's just a regular floor lamp, and it goes pretty much clear up to the ceiling. It's crazy. So, oh, this, I'm super proud of this. I love this. This is a Dryad design piece, inspired by Raven Gramasi, and the Dryad design, they created this. I just adore it. Paul Borda is a freaking genius, and he carves the stuff out of wood, and then they cast them in resin. And then here's my other window, and these, you guys might have noticed the curtains that we have. These are actually tapestries. I cut them apart and turned them into curtains. And I love this. I've had this thing forever. It's hung in every window since, I don't know, since I can remember. I used to hang in my front window, and I would tell people, you know, when they were trying to find the house, I would just tell them, look for the stained glass, because that kind of made it easy to find. But this is what you guys are usually seeing when I'm shooting. This is what's behind me. That's what's all going on back there. So this is the first time I've ever done this, you guys, was when I moved this bookshelf up here. I decided that I was going to see just how many published works I had, and I guess I kind of didn't realize the extent of it, but all of that, and then a little bit more, because I'm actually missing a couple of books, but I have most of them up there. These are all books that I've either written and illustrated myself, or that I've written, or that I've got illustrations in. So, and then there's books that I've contributed to as well. So it's kind of crazy. I just didn't realize until I got it all together, and it was like, holy cow. It's Take a Break magazine. That's the magazine that you guys saw our picture on the wall, the tarot thing, with Dan and I. And then these are all, I think this is all of them. I have to double check, but this is all of the Llewellyn periodicals that I've contributed to over the years, some of them. Yeah, this isn't all of them now that I realize it. I've got a bunch of the Llewellyn's Magical Almanacs, the Witch's Spell a Day, which I haven't done in a while, and maybe I should try doing those again. It's just been a while since I've done them. And then back here, I've got the beautiful, I love, love, love these books, the Llewellyn Sabbath series, and I did all the illustrations in these books, and that was such a beautiful project to work on. I really enjoyed that one. These are really crammed in here tight. These are Witch's date books, 2010, 2006, in 2019. I've got them in a strange order. I don't know why they're in that order, but they are. But yeah, I've written articles for all of those. All of these I've written articles in. All of the Llewellyn's Magical Almanacs up here I've done illustrations for as well. And I wrote for the Spell a Day. The Witch's Companions, I don't have any illustrations in these. I do have articles in all of these though. And then Magical Dogs Tarot, which is one of my new projects that came out last year. And that was exciting because my husband wrote most of the book. He did the lion's share of the book. And I illustrated all of the cards and the interior illustrations. If you guys are into dogs and you love tarot, that's the one for you. It's a pretty cool project. We're very proud of this. And again, I could probably do a whole video on them. Maybe I'll do a whole video about Magical Dogs Tarot and kind of show you guys the ins and outs, and maybe tell some personal stories about some of the cards, which might be kind of neat. That maybe I'll do that at some point. That could be pretty cool. And then I have my book, The Witch's Mirror, The Craft, Lore, and Magic of the Looking Glass. And that is a part of the Witch's Tool series. which I was super excited to write this book because, again, like I said, my grandfather designed mirrors for telescopes, and I've been using mirrors for magic since, I don't know, since pretty much the beginning of my practice. And I got to illustrate it as well. So this little design here is mine, and then the interiors, which I'm using this on my other hand, so I can't really flip through it one-handed. But that's another one I could probably do a whole video about. And then up here on the top shelf, this is some more of that same series, the Witch's Tool series, which I illustrated in all of these. A couple of them I contributed little writing contributions to them as well. They're wonderful books, and I love all the authors, honestly. It's pretty great to be able to work with all these folks. These were the original design covers. They redesigned them to look more like this. And I'm still waiting to get all of my new covers. But what was cool about the new covers, and here's, well, it was cool to me. I was really excited because I love doing covers. This is called a flat, and they send you these. But yeah, the redesigned covers had featured my art on the cover, so I was pretty excited about that, to be able to not just have the interior art, but actually the art on the covers as well. I never stop being excited about this stuff, you guys, honestly. I really never do. Got my couple of my little Ancestor things up here. He's just a Halloween skeleton, but I like him. He's kind of jaunty, I think. This is so beautiful. Celtic Cork, you guys. He makes the most beautiful witch bottles. And this thing, I gotta tell you what, I was thinking about my ancestors when I was driving home from Kansas City, and when I got home, I found this in the mail waiting for me. So, I mean, this thing was giving me vibes before I even opened the package, you know what I mean? So check out the Celtic Cork on Etsy. Beautiful work. And then up here, I've got more of my books that I've illustrated. Most of these are books that I've illustrated. And Carl Llewellyn Weschke's book, Communication with Spirit, and Joe H. Slate, PhD, they wrote that book. And being able to illustrate that book was just remarkable. I was just floored by that. But this is my go-to for flame tending. If you do flame tending for the goddess Bridget, I can't. If I pull that out of there, I'm going to knock everything down. By Linnea Weatherstone, and I wrote a contribution to this about magical wells to bless in the name of Bridget. Now this is kind of cool. Mystical Cats Tarot in foreign languages. To me, that just blows my mind every time we get a new one. I mean, how cool is that? I'm like, oh, what? And you get to see like your name in a foreign language and stuff. I love these. Look at that. I mean, that's like amazing to me. I love when stuff goes to foreign right. And that's got my art on the cover. This was like back in the day when I was brand spanking new to illustrating and doing all of this stuff for everybody, and they gave me a chance, and I just love them. The Witchcraft and Wicca people are fantastic. But that's like total Mickey history right there. Let me see. Oh, see, I'm not gonna be able to get it back. I mean, that goes way back. So darn cool. And that is 2001. So yeah, these go way back. Maybe I can get that one back in. English version, I should probably say it. Mystical Cats Tarot. Voice of the Trees, which is an Ogham Oracle, which I wrote and illustrated. That was a pretty big deal for me because I'd never written a book before, you guys. But I had the concept for this deck. And again, that's another one I could probably do a whole video on. When I sent in the proposal, I was super nervous because I'd been writing articles, but I'd never written a whole book. But I had the idea for it, and when I sent the proposal in and they accepted it, I was just over the moon happy about it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool deck, and that was a pretty big deal. These are my groundbreaking ones right here, which I was so honored. The Well-Worn Path and the Hidden Path. which the concept was for these projects was Raven Grimassi and Stephanie Taylor, and they wrote the books that accompanied these, and I created all the art, the illustrations for both of these decks. Each one's a 40-card deck, and it was so wonderful to work with those two. They're so wise and so knowledgeable, and you know, it was just an honor to be part of those projects. Raven, he gave me my break with this deck, you know, because I had sent in stuff to Llewellyn from time to time. I dreamed of working for Llewellyn, and you know, I had gotten a couple of letters back saying, no, we're not ready for you, we're not interested right now, but maybe later. And then when I heard from Raven, because I had illustrated, I had done a couple illustrations that he wanted to use for his magazine, Raven's Call, and that was where I knew him from. And then they were putting this project together, and were looking for an illustrator, and he contacted me, and I just couldn't believe it. I was so happy, because I had only spoken with him through emails previously. So, but yeah, those were amazing projects. And Raven, I miss you. We all miss you. But what is remembered lives. That's important. So, and then I guess that brings us to thinking about our ancestors. My latest book. Oh my gosh, look at it, Shimmer and Shine. Llewellyn's Little Book of Halloween, which is actually really also kind of cool. This is like a book that I wrote and that I didn't illustrate, which is like, it felt kind of good, because then I felt like, you know, being the author of this book was my whole gig on that one. And I'm probably going to do a lot of Halloween videos, you guys, probably starting in, I don't know, July, because Halloween, right? It's awesome. But yeah, this is basically, I don't know, I don't know how many pages this is. A love letter to Halloween is what this is. It's got all kinds of history, folklore, tips, recipes, personal stories, magic spells, you name it, it's in there. But that's, yeah, my Llewellyn's Little Book of Halloween. So yeah, that's my crazy author shelf. So let's see. Before you get think, oh, super impressive. Then I have my horrible cartoon closet that is over on the side here. When I'm filming and you look out and you see that, you know, you look back here and you see, well, what is this? This is, here we go. This is my crazy closet, which I am even going to give you guys a peek into that. Oh, it's terrible, right? All right, it needs to be organized. But anyway, nobody's perfect, and that's what I'm here to tell you. And then here's more books. My little book collection, things that I have. This is my Frozen Charlotte doll, and I'll talk to you more about her in another date too. But I'll do a video about the Frozen Charlotte doll. These are really cool little Victorian dudes. So, and I made the casket for her. So yeah, that's probably also a video for another day. More books down here. Good gracious. Can you believe all this stuff? Oh my gosh, let's see. Book of Shadows. This is my first Book of Shadows. And that is just like a blank book, and it's like stuff like that. Anyway. And then this is a more recent Book of Shadows, because I realized that a binder is a nice way to go. So, because with a book like this, you know, you can add and take out pages and move them around. So it's kind of nice, you know, to be able to do all of that. Anyway. But yeah, then I've got some kind of just a little random Halloween stuff, because I love hitting the after Halloween sales. And some of these things are just too cool, and I can't bear to put them away. So they just live here in my studio. And basically all of that stuff is Halloween stuff that I just love. I've got, oh gosh, more books down here, extras, more books down there. And then this is a day bed. It's a nice place to just kind of sit and chill out and relax. It's also really nice for when we have house guests, because this room, even though it's really a workspace, it can double as a really nice nice place for somebody to sleep. It's a nice little guest room. So yeah, when people come to stay, sometimes they'll crash up here. Different book covers, ads for Sacred Source. That I was on the cover of their catalog. I was pretty proud of that a couple of times, and the Llewellyn catalog, and there is a little piece of history right there, the Raven's Call magazine, which was pretty darn cool. And my first time that I was in New Worlds, which is the Llewellyn's magazine that they put out. So that was kind of cool. Got my Reiki Master Teacher certificate and my Universal Life Church ministry certificate, because I am also legally ordained. I can marry people, which is kind of fun and cool. Little wreath that I've done. It's got one of my fairy ornaments on it. Again, Sacred Source catalog, which is kind of cool. And one of my candle sconces with the Rowan fairy on it. I love the Rowan. I love Rowan. It's my Celtic birth month, so yeah, I think it's kind of fun. I like her. I think she's just a badass girl, you know. And then there's one of the illustrations from my book, The Witch's Mirror. So, oh, here you guys, this will crack you up. So the ceilings in this room are so short that we have this little light that hangs down. And Dan, my husband, is really, really tall. So he would come in here, and he likes to pace too, so that adds to the trouble, right? So I'd be sitting over here at my art table, here, and he'd come in from there, and he'd walk in here, and he'd start pacing around and talking and telling me something, and he'd bash his head on that because it's so low. So I came up with this idea, and it's bubble wrap. It's like that big giant bubble wrap, and I just put it over the screws, so it's wrapped in bubble wrap, so if he does hit his head, at least he won't hurt himself. That is my studio tour. This is my workspace. This is where I'm working on all of the neat things for you guys, and this is where I film too. I hope that you guys really enjoyed getting the studio tour today. This was a lot of fun. I feel like we might have gotten some pretty good ideas about maybe some future videos while we were walking around touring as well. If you guys got any inspiration while you were looking through my studio, anything that you want to know more about, oh, my light almost fell off my phone. I'm so tech. If you guys got inspired while you were touring my studio and thought of anything that you were like, hey, I want to know more about this or more about that, any ideas that came to you, maybe inspiration, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your ideas for more videos. What an amazing day that we had. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for celebrating with me. I feel like it's kind of a cool milestone to reach that 200 subscribers, you know. For a brand new channel, it's kind of a big deal. And for someone that I wasn't really sure what the hell I was doing when I got into this, but it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I hope that you guys are enjoying it too. Please like this video. Click the like button. Maybe we'll do more real life stuff. Maybe I'll take you on some other tours in the area. Maybe we'll do a cave tour. We got some cool caves around town. Maybe we'll do some magic out in the park. I don't know. We could go down to the river. I'll take you guys places. This could be really fun. And be sure to subscribe because I'm going to have more stuff coming. I try to do a video once a week. I'm so happy that you guys are with me along for this crazy journey on YouTube. And so happy to have you here. Thanks again. Blessed be.